mga ka-numbers! How are you all? Welcome back to Wang RB channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wang RB channel. And if you would like to be notified on all of my updated videos, please click the bell button. Are you ready for another math lesson today? Let's have subtracting like fractions and unlike fractions. Remember that like fractions are fractions that have the same or that have similar denominators, and unlike fractions are fractions that have dissimilar or different denominators. So let's now have subtracting like fractions first. Let's have this example, 3/4 minus 1/4. So since we have the same denominators, we just have to subtract the numerator and then copy the common denominator. So from this example, we just subtract 3 minus 1 and that will give us 2. And then we just copy the 4, which is the common denominator for both of the fractions. So we just have 4. So our answer is 2/4. However, as necessary, we have to simplify our answer into its simplest form. So since we have 2/4, you have to think of a number that if you divide both the numerator and the denominator, it should give you an exact answer. So remember, it should be the same number. So I would be thinking of 2 because 2 divided by 2 will be an exact answer, and then 4 divided by 2 will give me also an exact number. So 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my answer is 1/2, or the equivalent of 2/4 is 1/2. However, when it is given algebraically, we can just apply the same principle. So in algebra, we usually have a variable, example which is x. So the same thing, we just subtract the numerators, 3x minus 1x, that will give us 2x. And then we just copy the denominator, which is 4. So again, we usually simplify that to lowest term by dividing both numerator and denominator with the same number. And you will have the same answer, however, you will just have a variable. So your answer algebraically will be 1/2 x. That's it. Easy, right? So that's how we do with like fractions. Let's now move on with unlike fractions. How do we subtract unlike fractions? Let's just leave the 3/4 there, and then let's subtract it with a different fraction, which is 1/2. Now notice that we now have different denominators, right? So 3/4 minus 1/2. So to subtract that, first is we have to make them like fractions. So if we say like fractions, they should have the same denominators. In order to make that, we have to think of an equivalent fraction for 1/2, which will give us a denominator of 4. So 1/2, thinking of that, if I multiply that with 2, I will have 4, right? That is why 1 times 2 is 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So remember that when we are making an equivalent fraction, we also multiply it with the same number, alright, as the numerator and the denominator, because that will be equivalent to 1, in that if you multiply it with any fraction, the value will not change. Okay, that is the principle of that. So if we have that 2/4 now, we can rewrite 1/2 as 2/4, and then we can just copy 3/4. Now they are like fractions. We can now subtract. So the same thing, just like we did a while ago, the next step would be we just subtract the numerators, and then we copy the denominator since they are now the same, right? So 3 minus 2 will give us 1, and then we just copy 4. And our answer will be 1/4. It cannot be reduced to lowest term anymore. However, algebraically, again, we say that you can usually see or encounter a variable. So if that is 3/4 y and this is 2/4 y, we just also subtract the numerators 3/4 minus or 3y minus 2y, that will give us 1y. And then we just copy the denominator, which is 4, because they are now the same. So our final answer algebraically will be 1/4 y. That's it. Easy, right? So I hope you learned that easily and quickly. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye and God bless.